Welcome, 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 all of you beautiful people. How you guys doing today on this beautiful Monday afternoon for me? Maybe Monday night for you, maybe Tuesday morning for you, depending on what it may be. I am your humble, gracious, grateful host, Tomisin Atobadele, coming to you all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, live. If you're watching this live, if you're watching it pre-recorded, you should have watched it live. I'm so glad for you to join me today. I'm so glad to spend this time with you. And we are going to be discussing relationships, dating, love, life, all that good stuff. How are you guys doing today in the chat room? Welcome all you beautiful people. I see Betty is already here. I see SH is already here. I think Brianna's already here as well. Man, you guys are the best. You guys come right on time. I hope you guys been noticing. I've been starting the live streams like a drill sergeant. Remember Friday I told you guys I'm a drill sergeant? I'm like right into it. You know what I mean? Like I get right to it as soon as it happens. Someone said I just saw the eclipse. I actually didn't get a chance to see. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really care about that type of stuff. Yeah, I have so much to do during the day. I love that you guys love the eclipse. I have so much to do during the day. Like I can't sit down and just like watch the eclipse. Like I have so much to do. But I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. So I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed the eclipse. Okay. Welcome you guys. So glad to see you here. We're gonna get started. Batia said we love you. I love you too. I love all of you beautiful people in the live stream, in the chat that joined me. So Drake Ass said, "She's drippy boy." Okay, Drake Ass. Okay. How you guys doing? You guys feeling good? Feeling great? Let's go ahead and let's take roll call. I told you I'm a drill sergeant. Let's go ahead, get it right to it. We take roll call. Everyone that's here and that's present, you're participating with me in the chat. I want you saying here present so that I know you're paying attention and you're gonna be participating for the entire class. Okay. So please do that here or present in the chat. That means in the YouTube chat too. I see all of you guys, everyone. Okay. YouTube chat and the TikTok chat for those of you guys who, what was that? You guys hear that? What's going on? For those of you guys who don't know, I go live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. It's amazing. 2024. So we got La Peaches here in the YouTube chat. We got Enlightened Day in the YouTube chat, of course. Finally, Enlightened Day, you can come and join us again. I know you've been having work and a lot of stuff going on. Okay, Brianna's here, but you know Brianna always says here number. She's first to say here. For those of you guys don't know, in the TikTok chat, Brianna and SH are moderators. So if you guys have a question for them, and Sharice, I don't know if Sharice is here yet though. If you guys have a question and I don't answer it, they might answer your question and take that as the truth because they know what they're talking about, okay? And I'm gonna get to creating moderators in the YouTube chat too. I just had to figure out how that works. All right, let's get started. Let's get started today, okay? So today, we're gonna be talking about why men keep you around. Try not to cry, okay? We're gonna have 5 different reasons why men are keeping you around. And all 5 of them are going to hurt. But all 5 of them will benefit you because you'll better be able to understand what's going on. And you'll better be able to understand if you yourself are in that position. I see a lot of you guys like the all white fit. You guys appreciate the all white fit? Is that the vibe? Is that the vibe? Is that the vibe? Okay, let's get started. Why men keep you around. We have number 1. And this is the most obvious one, maybe not to you, but pretty obvious to me, but it's the truth. Ego, okay? Ego is one of the biggest determining factors why these men are keeping you around. And like I say, I always talk to you guys from a perspective of like, I've been there. So I'm not saying it like, you know, these horrible men, they treat you so badly because they're horrible men. No. I have been and still am not a very good man. So I still have working to do. I say that to say I know this because I've experienced this, right? So when it comes to ego, right? Ego is probably one of the biggest downfalls of all men, unfortunately. Just the truth about life. And I say that to say a lot of times guys are going to do things that best serve their ego or in the best interest of their ego. At the end of the day, when you pass away and, you know, people are you have your tombstone, it's not going to say he passed away with the happiest ego. But unfortunately, we do a lot of things to our own detriment, whether health-wise, personal-wise, relationship-wise, that benefit our ego, even if they hurt other people. So as it relates to relationships and men specifically, right, they're going to keep you around for the purpose of serving their ego. How does it serve their ego to keep you around? Well, a couple of reasons. One, right, it always feels good, whether you're a guy or girl. It always feels good as an individual to know, hey, I am attractive enough, I am desirable enough that someone wants to be with me. Okay, even if I don't want to be with them, because you have to understand the ego boost is not just someone wants to be with me, myself, right? The ego boost is someone wants to be with me, even if I don't really show up for them, even if I don't really take care of them, even if I don't put my best foot forward for them. Because when I'm talking about why men keep you around, let's get this straight. We're not talking about why men keep you around and actually date you. We're talking about the men that keep you around and they don't particularly want to take the relationship in any serious direction. They just keep you around for the sake of stringing you along, right? Stringing you along on this path and this journey where you're like the sad little mouse. You guys seen my TikTok video where I talk about the sad little mouse? You're like the sad little mouse who's just biting and it's scraping for crumbs, and then he drops a little crumb of attention and validation, and then you eat it all up and you're so sad you'll just take absolutely anything, right? You'll take absolutely anything. And so he continues keeping you around and continues stringing you along, just throwing you enough crumbs to keep you there, to keep you interested, to keep you chasing, as crazy as it sounds, right? And it's all a psychological thing. And then I know a lot of you guys have the question, because I told you guys, I read everyone's comments, I read everyone's questions, I read everyone's points and things that they go through, right? And I really want to make sure I'm answering a lot of the questions that you have, right? And that you're curious about, because I know for you guys, one of the hardest things to figure out is, well, I know that he's playing me, or I know that he's doing this to me, or I know that he's disrespecting me, I know he's not treating me right, but why? Why does he do that to me? Why am I the one not getting treated right? Because I see all these other girls get treated with respect. I see all these other girls get taken out on dates. I see all these other girls get all the things that I wish I could have. I get treated like trash though. Why? And why does he choose me to treat me like trash? You know, why? We all want to know why. So I'm here to answer for you why, right? And the ego is serving him in many ways when he keeps you around, because let's face it, he's not keeping you around and treating you well. He's keeping you around and either giving you the bare minimum or giving you less than the bare minimum. I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying this to tell you the truth, right? And when he's giving you less than the bare minimum, right, there's an ego element attached to the fact that even though he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, even though he's not taking the relationship serious, even though he's not treating you with respect, even though he's not being consistent, even though he's not taking you out on dates, even though he's seeing you late nights, none of it matters, because he's just so amazing and awesome and attractive and charming that you continue to stay with him or be attached to him, even though he's not putting any effort into the relationship whatsoever, right? That's an ego boost. I want you guys to really soak that in. That's an ego boost in itself. The fact that he does less and gets as much as he possibly can from you, the fact that he does nothing and extracts as much, squirtle and access to you as he possibly can, is an ego boost, because he gets to look in the mirror and think to himself, how amazing am I that I don't have to do anything to get the girls, right? He gets to brag to his guy friends. How amazing am I? Look at this girl. Yo, you see how bad, even if she's bad, I see how bad I don't even be texting her back, yo. I hit her whenever I want. I pull up on her whenever I want. I could FaceTime her right now. I don't know if you guys have seen Instagram and TikTok's a crazy place, but I don't know if you guys have seen these on the street interviews where people be like, oh, FaceTime your ex right now. Or this girl, can you get a girl to answer you at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. right now, right? And it's a flex to be able to say, oh, yeah, I got a couple girls on my phone right now. I could FaceTime them right now at 2, 3 a.m. I could call them right now, 2, 3 a.m. They're going to pick up, they're going to answer, and they're going to pull up. Wherever I tell them to pull up, they're going to pull up, right? That's a flex in itself. That's an ego boost in itself. So when you guys are asking, why is he keeping me around even though he knows he doesn't want the relationship, or he has no intention of pushing the relationship further in any particular direction? That's one of the main reasons, is that ego boost, right? That ego boost that he gets from being able to say, hey, I get access to this girl whenever, however, for however long I want. And in return, I give her absolutely nothing. That's how awesome I am. That's how much pull I have. That's how much leverage I have. That's how convincing I am. That's how charming I am, right? It's all a personal ego boost where he can brag to himself and brag to his friends about how amazing he is for giving you nothing and taking as much as he possibly can from you. So then the reason I'm telling you this is probably when you look at it this way, you'll feel disgusted answering his messages at 2 a.m., answering his calls at 3 a.m. when he's telling you about, oh, I've been thinking about you all day, but it just dawned on me that I should call you at 3 a.m. And the revelation came to me that you should come over to my place or I should come over to yours right now at this second. That's what we should make happen at the second. But he bombards you with all these, kind words and how amazing you are, how much he wants to see you and talk to you and speak to you. And then you feel so great about it that you go ahead and say, yeah, sure, come over. Or yeah, sure, I'll pull up. You know what I mean? And you make an excuse for him because he's gotten you emotional about the situation, and the vicious cycle continues, right? It's almost like taking a drug because you're high when you're with him. And you feel like, oh, when he love bombs you, when he makes you feel good, when he talks so sweet to you, it's like so much validation, and you're so desperate for it that you're like high on the validation. And then when he gets what he wants from you, he doesn't have a reason to speak to you, doesn't have a reason to text you, doesn't have a reason to call you, and so he doesn't. And then you're sitting there kind of at that low point, just kind of wondering, oh my gosh, when's my next hit gonna come? Oh my gosh, he won't speak to me. Oh my gosh, what's going on? And you're just chasing and chasing and chasing the next high. How many of you have been there? Right? Where, the guy is kind of like, he's all for you, all up on you one day. And then, the next couple of days after he gets what he wants, he's not there anymore. And you feel like you're chasing a high. You're chasing that validation from him because it feels so good to get it, because it feels so rare. And then, it's out of there the next couple of days. Rosie in the TikTok chat says yes. Anna says I have. Janine says yes. Evidva, says yep as well. Okay, right? And I know it sucks. Trust me, I know it sucks, right? And I know it's painful, but it is the reality. And the closer you can get to living in reality, right, and seeing your reality, is the better off you'll be, because you won't sit around stringing yourself along as well. Because newsflash to you, right? These men aren't keeping you around by forcing you to stay around, okay? I don't want that to get lost in translation when we're talking about all these different reasons. These men aren't just keeping you around because they're putting I don't even want to say a GUN to your head. Everything is sensitive now, right? To your head, and forcing you to stay around, right? It is still a choice of yours, but I also want you to see what's going on behind the surface. But you still have to recognize, if you're not willing to live in reality, you'll still make the same choice, right? Because the guys always see it as, well, if she's going to stay around, she'll stay around. Why would I change anything, right? Right? So that's so important. And I don't want you guys to experience that, okay? So number 1 was ego. Number 2 is confidence boost. Okay. Uganda female said, what are we learning today? We're learning why men keep you around. The 5 reasons why men keep you around. We already went through number 1, which was ego. And number 2 today is confidence boost. Now, does anyone know? I'm sure you guys are so smart, but I want to hear your ideas. Does anyone know why it is I kind of mentioned it with ego, but can anyone go into more detail why it would be a confidence boost to keep someone around. How is that boosting your confidence? What about that is boosting your confidence? I want to hear some of your answers. Placeholder. Lumi's so smart. I actually had that on here. Don't worry, placeholder's coming. Control, so he can feel amazing and flirt with other girls. He knows he is a man and can get a girl without doing anything. I like that. I like that. He wants validation. Hey, in the YouTube chat, I better see you guys participating. I know you guys are here and listening. You better be. TikTok chat is lively. They participate. They know the deal. YouTube chat, you better get on it. Okay. He wants validation. Compliments. Uganda female says to show others he can keep a woman. Validate insecurities. The validation support so women think he has value. Okay. A roster. Right? Lumi says he thinks he's more desirable and has more options than he does. Brianna says someone's interested in you, so therefore heightens perception. He can show off to his friends options. Okay, I like that. Lopeaches in the YouTube chat said if he can get you, he can get other women. I really like that, actually. I like that. Status. Show off to the buddies. Show off to the guy friends. Feel good about himself. Okay, I like your answer. You guys so smart. You guys got it right on the right track, okay? Because the confidence boost that he's receiving when he keeps you around, right, is magical. When I say magical, I mean you have to understand what it does for someone to, I'll say what it does for a man, right? To feel like, okay, I'm here, I'm H'd. We'll call it H'd, okay? You know what I mean by H'd. I'm H'd. Let me go through my phone, see who I can hit up. Then he stumbles across your name. Yo, where you been? I missed you. Send. You respond in 30 seconds flat because you're so desperate for his validation and attention. Lit. And you say, oh, I just been this, that. I just been around, you know, where you been, da, 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 ha, ha, ha. I ain't heard from you in a while. Oh, I just been busy. My bad. What you saying right now? What are you doing? You respond in 20 seconds flat because you're like so hyped up and excited that he wants to hang out with you again. He goes, lit. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Yo, I'm trying to pull up on you right now. That cool? And of course you say yes, right? Of course you say yes. So he pulls up on you, right? Fake chat, a little bit of small talk, you make some jokes, all that. You know the stuff, right? And 20, 30 minutes goes by. Now it's pencils jacking time. It's jackhammer time. Okay. He's going to jackhammer you with this pencil for about 2 minutes flat. Okay. If that, maybe a minute 45. And then he's going to magically have an excuse. Oh, what? You want me to pull up right now? Oh, your truck broke down in the middle of the highway, bro? Oh, my bro's truck broke down in the middle of the highway, bro. It's crazy. Yeah. No, I know you didn't pay for it. I know you didn't pay for AAA because you've been going through some things. I'm gonna pull up on you. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna pull up on you right now. We gonna get you straightened out type. Yeah. Oh no. I'm not even busy. I'm with a friend. You don't mind if I take care of it's my boy. You know, it's my boy. Yeah. I'm just with I was literally just about to head out anyways. So yeah. I'm gonna come get you. I got you right now. Yo, you know what's crazy? My boy, he got a flat tire on I-97. It's crazy. I gotta go help my boy out, y'all. It's crazy out here. I gotta go help my boy. So I'm gonna catch you later. I'm gonna drop you out. Actually, can I drop you across like on a block away? Cause like I could really just like peel off onto the highway this way. But if I had to go all in your survey, it's kind of a lot of work. So can I just drop you at like the block away? It's not even. It's like 60 degrees. Like what is that like 10 Celsius. You straight. Go ahead. You good, right? That's you. It's probably traumatic for me to re-explain that because that's probably you for real. But I say that to say, right, when he's driving off, right, he feels good about himself because he's like, yo, I just hit her up tonight. I got access to her tonight. All right. And it's an ego boost as a man to be like, yo, I'm really that dude that I just go around and I get whatever I want from these girls. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not here to make people look good. I'm just here to tell you the truth. Okay. He's driving around. He's got a clown smile on his face from ear to ear while he's driving around. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about it is, is that they don't just take the confidence boost and keep it and be like, okay, I just want to feel good for the day, right? What they do, this is the craziest part. They take the confidence boost they get from using you and taking advantage of you and your desperation for validation. They take the confidence boost they get from that and they go and shoot their shot at an even more attractive, more desirable woman. Because they have the confidence from what they got from being around you and being with you, because they know how much you want them and it makes them feel good about them. So then they take that confidence and they go out and they try to holler at there's nobody better than you, but they try to go and holler at the girls that are even better in their mind than you. Okay. There are no humans better than other humans, but I'm just speaking, mindset wise, right? What's going on in their mind? They say, okay, yeah, she's mid, but I'll have access to her whenever I want, right? Because she's desperate, gets access to you. Then he goes on, right? Drives off. And in the confidence that he has from getting so much easy access to you, he goes and gets the quote unquote bad. I don't even know if I can say the B word, but you know what I mean. The bad bees, the baddies, the bad bees, the baddies. Okay. That's what he does with that confidence boost that you give him by giving him access to you all the time, 24/7, without any of the commitment, because you're sitting back waiting for things to change. And you're sitting back waiting for, the magical moment where he's going to tell you how much he loves you and cares about you and how much, he wants to build this relationship with you. How many of you have been there where you're giving a guy a confidence boost only for him to take that confidence and go holler at other girls? Okay. How many of you, and you can be honest, this is like therapy, guys. I told you it's like therapy. So you don't got to be scared to admit it to me. Okay. Yesterday, literally an hour ago, it was an overcast. Now the light is shining in so much. It literally this is ridiculous. Like, this is too bright. But it's whatever. Just as someone said, it looks angelic. Okay. Yes, it's heartbreaking, right? Yes, then see him out at bars. I've been there once and I'm mad. Suzuki in the YouTube chat says, of course, especially college times. Juju says, why would he think we're mid? I'm just speaking, hypothetically. You might not be mid personally, but I'm just speaking hypothetically for the sake of the example. I'm not in it now. Okay, I'm glad. Me in my 20s, Brianna says yes. My ex did that, though he could get anyone. Yes, I've been there all the time, Miranda says. Okay, and the reason I'm talking about this is I know it's painful for us to talk about, but you know how we do here. We get down to the truth and we go deep. Right? We don't do the surface level. Everyone's going to tell you it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's deep. Getting used is deep. Getting used doesn't feel good. Trust me. I know. Okay. Getting used doesn't feel good. And I don't want that to continue for you. That's why we're here helping you. Right? That's why we're here. And I'm giving you the advice of the perspective of a man who will use you. Okay. Right? Because sometimes when we're in it, right, it's harder to identify or be honest with ourselves what is happening. Okay. Right. When you're with the guy, you always want to justify everything that he's doing and saying and how he's speaking to you, how he's acting towards you, how he's treating the relationship. And you want to make all these excuses because you like the guy. See, you're not in love with me. So when I say it out loud, it's a lot more sobering, right? You hear it a lot more. It's a lot more clear. I said clear. It's a lot more clear. Right? Because you don't have any feelings attached to me. So when I say it out loud, you can really think to yourself, no, actually, that is the situation, right? instead of seeing it with rose-colored glasses where you're sitting here thinking, oh no, it's not exactly that, I guess he really probably was just busy, and I guess he doesn't commit because he's really just been going through some things, and I guess he really does work all the time, so he never has time to text me or take me out on dates or hang out with me except for at 3 a.m. It kind of makes sense in his schedule why that would be the case, right? And you're doing all this convincing and excuse making, right? Cami says, I got a question. Ask your question. Rosie says, yes, one guy has, but I don't. Sorry, I'm gonna put back up what you said. One guy has, but as soon as I realized after the date he had no potential, but missed the validation. I mean, at least you're honest. I appreciate the honesty. I always love an honest person. I said, sorry, I'm so slow on reading. I said, I think if I was a car, I'd be a Dodge. And he said, nah, more like a Renault CeeLo. What is that? I have never heard of that car brand before, right? He calls me mid. I laugh because he's mid. He called you mid to your face. That's insane. The disrespect is insane. My fiance calls me ugly and argue. What is going on in this chat? What is happening? Pharrell says, my fiance calls me ugly in arguments. I'm starting to believe it, even though I never felt like that. I'm going to give you guys a news flash, okay? This doesn't just go for guys. This goes for everyone. The things that people will say to you, right, when they're angry is how they really feel. I don't want to, make you feel bad or burst your bubble here, okay? Because I know people say, oh, drunk thoughts or drunk words, sober thoughts, and things like that. Whatever, okay? Because sometimes people get drunk and they say whatever. But what someone says to you when they're angry, when they're sober of a regular sober mind and they're just angry, that's how they really feel about you. So that's the school of thought I come from, okay? That's just the honest truth, okay? As as much work as I need to do in my life and as bad things that I've done to people, right? I've always been of the same thought that, you don't call someone out of their name when you're upset, and you don't speak down. You don't say things that you wouldn't say if you were angry. And what I mean by that is, if he's calling you ugly only when he's angry, then that should tell you how he really feels about you. And I'm telling you, you gotta listen to people when they talk. You really gotta sit back and listen, because that will save you a whole lot of heartache. Because sometimes you'll be in a relationship and you'll wonder why it's not going well, or you'll leave a relationship and you'll wonder why it didn't work out, right? But in the middle of the relationship, there was clear signs as to why it didn't work out, and there was clear signs as to why he treated you the way that he did. It's just harder to see when you're in it. This is why I'm here, because when I can tell you this and you're not attached to me and you can hear it out loud, it's very sobering. Okay. Just saying with alcohol, it's a neurotoxic compound. The reason I don't like to say, oh, whatever someone says drunk is how they feel sober, is because there's so many factors to when someone's drunk. Yes, there is an element of truth to what they're saying. But sometimes people just act completely out of character when they're drunk, you know what I mean? And that might not be a necessary representation. Now, if they're drunk and angry, that's a totally different thing. And if they're just angry, then for sure you need to take them at their word. You know what I mean? Definitely take them at their word. Right? You never want to find yourself in a situation, and it's similar to this where I'm talking about why men keep you around, but you never want to find yourself in a situation where you're making excuses for a guy, right? And then sitting back and wondering why the relationship's not working out how you thought it was going to work out, right? Because remember what I said, why men keep you around. At the end of the day, I know we're talking about men here, but at the end of the day, the men can't keep you around if there's nothing to keep, right? It's still a choice that you're making to stay around. Of course, I'll still give you the factors that go into it from his perspective, but I want you to understand, the faster you can identify when you're just being played around with it then becomes your obligation to either leave or stay. And if you stay, don't complain about the circumstances or the situation after you stayed because you chose to stay. You know what I mean? So for the person that said, oh, my boyfriend calls me ugly whenever he's angry, you know, that's unfortunate and that's bad. And I would say that that's definitely not healthy and toxic. But at the same time, if you're able to say that out loud and identify that he's saying that continuously whenever he's angry and you continue to stay in that relationship, that becomes a choice that you're making. I hate to sound mean and I hate to sound like the bad guy, but if you're smart enough and intelligent enough to identify that, then you're also smart enough and intelligent enough to walk away from that. And if you choose to stay in that, you can't then complain to other people about how bad your relationship is with that guy, right? You allow people, this goes for all you, not just her, I forgot her name that said it, but for all of you, right? You allow people to show you who they are. And once they show you who they are, it is up to you whether you want to accept them for who they are or if that doesn't work for you. And if you accept them for who they are, if you choose to stay or you choose to wait it out and hope that things will change, don't then go around complaining to your girlfriend or your mom or your brother or your sister or your best friend that, oh, he's not doing this and he's not treating me with respect and he's not. Then walk away. I know it sounds so much easier and simple in theory because we've all been there. It's a lot harder to do it when you're actually in the relationship, but that's where we all have to accept our own accountability and responsibility for the situations we put ourselves in. Okay? Because if someone's not acting right or someone's not treating us right, we have to then accept the responsibility of, hey, I'm smart enough and intelligent enough to know that you're not treating me right or acting right or treating me with disrespect. I'm also smart enough to know that that has crossed the line and I should walk away from this relationship. And if I choose not to, that is a choice. So then after that, there's nobody to blame but me. Okay? I hate to, steer down the accountability train because nobody likes to talk about accountability. Everyone wants to say, you did this to me, you did that to me, you did this to me, you did that to me. That's the number one reason why I always come on here and tell you guys, hey, I hope you guys don't think because I talk to you guys about relationships that I'm a green flag man because I make lots of mistakes. I even make mistakes that I talk about to you guys. Okay? So don't think that I'm not a work in progress as well, or I figured all of life out and I don't make mistakes, right? That's part of being able to take accountability, right? And work on things by understanding you do make mistakes and you still have things to work on and places to grow. Okay? Ali said, so it's the blind leading the blind. I guess you could say that, but in a way, when it comes to relationships and love, we're all kind of just, figuring it out. You know what I mean? And I feel like it would be very disingenuous of me to come on here and be like, you know what? I know so much more about relationships than you do because my PhD or my bachelor's degree or the amount of theses I wrote in my time at Stanford has made me capable and more understanding of how to go about relationships in a healthy way than you do. Relationships are a very, interesting place to be because I can write 1,000 theses on relationships. I can study psychology until I'm blue in the face. I can read 1,000 books on human psychology. It still doesn't really prepare me for being able to deal with real people and real situations. Okay. That really only comes from the experience of living life. That's why they always say the wisest people are the oldest and things like that. Right. You can't study for being in love. Right? You can understand the elements. You can understand the chemical reactions in the brain. You can understand how it makes you feel. Right? But nothing really prepares you for what it's like to really be in love or be in a relationship. Right? We're all a work in progress. So I guess you could call it that. I'm a work in progress and I'm leading other people, giving them advice that are a work in progress. That's why I always tell you guys, you have to extract the truth from what I'm saying and use your brain, right, to figure out what concepts or ideas apply to you and that you can implement into your life and make a change in a positive direction. It's not about me holding your hand and telling you, I read this in a book, so this is exactly how you should act and respond and go about life. And if you haven't heard it from me, then it's wrong. If you hear it from someone else, then it's wrong. Right? That's not what this is about. That's why I always tell you guys, right? I'm not here to catch you fish and then just give you fish and then you eat it all up and then you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. I'm here to teach you how to fish so that you can go about in your own life and figure out how to dissect situations and make really good decisions. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Are you guys following me so far in the YouTube chat and in the TikTok chat? Someone says, raise your bar. Just detach, he ain't your daddy. Ashley says, I agree. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy, guys. You gotta, maybe you're talking about the guy, but yes, I'm not your daddy either. So you gotta take what I say with a grain of salt, apply it to your own life so that you can, properly get good results. Don't just wait for me to tell you the answer. And if I don't tell you the answer, then you're all confused. You don't know how to live your life. Okay. That's not what this is about. Right? So number 1 was ego. Number 2 was confidence boost, right? Number 3, we have easy access. Okay? Easy access. Okay? Now, I told you guys this is going to hurt your feelings. All right? And I kind of mentioned it when I talked about ego and even when I talked about confidence boost, right? Why these guys are keeping you around. Do you understand that you're making it very easy for them to keep you around? And what I mean by that is if there's very little resistance to him coming in and out of your life as he pleases, to, talking to you whenever he wants, being inconsistent, however long he feels like being inconsistent, right? Being able to call you and apologize for, a couple minutes and all is well again. Then he sees you, he gets what he wants again, and then he disappears for however long he wants to disappear for, right? That's easy access. And I don't want to be mean and be like, oh, you're easy. But we just have to, let's all live in reality here. Okay? Because if these guys are keeping you around and stringing you along, it's not because the access to you is hard or difficult. Let's be so for real here. If the access to you was hard or difficult, he wouldn't be stringing you along on this long road that leads you to absolutely nowhere and have you all confused, waiting for some destination and some relationship that's never going to happen. Okay? If the access was hard, it would be too much effort for him to bother dealing with you, right? And that's the thing that I want to keep you mindful of, because I know for a lot of you, you guys are scared to lose the guy, right? And because you're scared that if you lose him, you won't get the validation anymore, you won't get the attention, right? Your self-worth will be down the drain because you'll be like, well, who's going to give me attention and validation now? If he doesn't want to give me attention and validation, or even worse, he was giving me attention and validation, now he doesn't want to anymore. Is there something wrong with me, right? And you're so scared of having to be like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. That's why he doesn't want to give me attention or validation anymore. And you're like shaking, right? In fear that he'll leave you, right? And because you're in so much fear, you allow him to continue having the most easy access that he possibly can to you, because you feel like if you give him too much resistance, he'll get angry and he'll walk away, or he'll get angry and he won't want to hang out with you anymore, or he'll get angry and he won't want to be with you anymore, right? And that fear is stopping you from standing up for yourself, is stopping you from pushing back on anything he says or does, right? You take the bare minimum. And so, for example, like I said, let's say he hasn't spoken to you for a week, no text, no call, he hasn't even responded to your Instagram memes that you sent him on DM, right? And then out of the blue on a Saturday night, let's say he's in the club in your city, and then he hits you up at 12:30, yo, where you at? I'm trying to pull up on you. And you're in so much fear that like, oh, if I don't respond right now, he won't want to talk to me again. Or you're in so much fear that if I don't let him pull up on me, or if I say no, then he's not going to want to give me the time of day again, or he's not going to text me for the next 2 or 3 weeks, right? And so you're like, oh, I'm just at home, you know, I mean, if you want to come over, you can, right? And you're so timid to stand up for yourself and be like, first of all, I'm not block, or I'm not responding, or I'm not, or maybe if you wanted to just be like, I'm not, you're not pulling up on me at 12:30. You know what I mean? And really call them out on it. And I'm telling you, like, the guys know the people that they can do that type of stuff with and the guys that they can't. And I'm saying this from experience, not just from being me, but even my own friends. Like I have watched even my own friends, like literally pick up the phone at 2 a.m., 12:30 a.m. And this is just me. I'll have to be real with you guys and be like, okay, I'm going to call this girl because I know she'll pick up, right? And I know she'll answer. And I know she's not going to give me any resistance if I want to come over or I want her to come over, right? It's the honest truth. I don't know how else to give it to you guys in a way that's digestible except for giving you the truth. But I hope that the truth is sobering so you can be like, is that you? Right? Or not, because I know for some of you guys have enough self-respect that wouldn't be you. But for some of you, it has been you. For some of you, it's still you. And for some of you, you're trying to figure out how to make it not you anymore. Right? Right? And so the easy access, right, is a fear response to being so scared that you don't want him to leave. You don't want him to not want to be with you anymore. You don't want him to not validate you anymore. You don't want him to not give you attention anymore. So you don't want to scare him away by giving him too much resistance. So you want the access to you to be as easy as possible. So whenever he feels like popping in and out of your life, he can pop in and out of your life, and you won't say too much. You'll just let him say sorry a couple of times, say that he was busy for a bit, and then you'll be all good. Okay. And then you guys wonder why he's keeping you around. I mean, the access to you is easy. So why would he not? Right? That's going to be a reoccurring theme that we talk about, right? When you say, why would men keep you around? Well, based on the circumstances that you allow him to exist in, why would he not keep you around? What's the reason he would get rid of you? And that's how I want your minds to start spinning. When you're thinking of, why is this guy keeping me around? If he didn't want a relationship, why didn't he just tell me? Or if he didn't want to be with me, why didn't he just tell me? Why would he not keep you around? What is he losing, right? Or what is he benefiting by actually cutting off the relationship? You're giving him everything he wants. You're making it easy for him, right? You're not giving any pushback. He sees you whenever he wants. He doesn't have to be consistent. He calls you whenever he wants. He doesn't have to put any effort into the relationship. He doesn't have to buy you any presents. He doesn't have to take you out on any dates. He doesn't have to do anything. And you continue to give him everything. So why would he stop that? Like, be so for real. Why would he not continue taking advantage of you if you continue to allow him to take advantage of you? That's the whole idea of why, like, you know, when we're talking about why men keep you around. Right? That's the real question that you guys are wondering and that you're curious about, is why do men take advantage of you? And then my response as a man, truthfully, I hate to make it sound awful, why would he not take advantage of you when you're allowing him to take advantage of you? This is where I say the accountability has to come into play. And I know we don't like to talk too much about accountability because I'm holding up a mirror to you instead of telling you how bad your life is because of everyone else. Right? But why would people not take, notice I said people, not just men. Why would people not take advantage of you if you allow them to take advantage of you? And I know it's, like I said, I know it sounds bad. Let me give you an example, vice versa. Then you'll maybe be able to better understand me and what I'm saying. Let's say, and I want everyone to participate in this question, okay? In this example on the YouTube and the TikTok chat. Let's say, for example, right? There's a guy, right? You're at Walmart, okay? You're shopping at Walmart for some stuff in your pantry. I don't know. Okay, snacks, craft dinner, and noodles. Maybe you can't cook. I don't know. Maybe you can't cook. You're shopping for groceries. Anyways, a guy comes up to you and he's like, oh my God. And he gets on his knees. He's like, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. You're so gorgeous. He's on his knees. You're so gorgeous. He's in the Walmart store. Everyone can hear him. He's like yelling now. I have never seen a woman as beautiful as you. Your looks are stunning. You're like a goddess walking on this earth. I can't believe I would even be allowed to be in the same Walmart as you. You're just absolutely amazing. I will do anything for you. Can you fart on the ground? I will smell it, and it would make my year. I will pay you to fart on this pillow right here, and I'll smell it. And just the essence of you would just change my life. Can you fart on this pillow right here? Please, please, so that I'll never have to be without your scent again. And I'll sniff it so far up my nostrils it'll be in my eyeballs and my brain cells, and just you'll be living with me forever. I'll do anything for you. Can I pay you for existing? I'll pay you $1,000 just to exist. You're so stunning. The fact that I could even be next to you or look at you is worth money. Can I pay you $1,000 for your existence? Okay. Now, I want to ask you, if that man took out $1,000 and said, please take $1,000 from my hand. This is yours. I don't want anything from you. Your mere existence is worth me giving you $1,000. Would you take the money or no? Be honest with me. He's not tricking you or anything. He just puts the $1,000 on the ground for you to pick up, and he backs away. He says, please take the $1,000. You're so amazing, and you're so awesome, and you're so beautiful. Please just take the money. I'm not going to do anything weird. Okay? Are you taking the money or no? Some people said no. Shai says, of course. Someone else says yes. I see a lot of people saying yes. Fatima says no, I'll ask for more. So it says, I will take it. Okay. Right. Mara says no. Okay. Eternal says yes. Someone says money. Yes. So he drops money. This is not no weird stuff. Now he just dropped money on the floor. He was on his knees. He dropped money on the floor. He said, please take $1,000 just for your mere existence. I'm going to back away. Okay. I don't even want, right? Are you taking the $1,000 or no? Someone says seems like a trap. I would assume. Marissa in the YouTube chat says, I met a guy. He literally gave me $100 for no reason. I took it so quick. So now you know what you'd really do in that scenario because it really happened to you, right? Marissa, not the fake crying, LMAO, but look, if a man said this to me off gross second thank you, I can mean just you would say yes. A lot of people I see a lot of people saying yes, I take it, and then I see some people saying no, and they're worried that it might be a trap, because life's not that easy. But I say that to say, I give you guys that example because I want you guys to understand that it's not just unique to men. The idea, this light is so bright behind me. It's not just unique to men, the idea of, people will take advantage of those who are allowing themselves to be taken advantage of. Now, obviously, that example was a bit extreme. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason I give that example, even though it's extreme, is because I want you to understand that if someone is offering, hey, I want you so badly, or you're so amazing, I think you're so amazing that please, can you just take advantage of me? I don't even mind. At a certain point, you're going to say to yourself, look, I'm a nice person, but if you think I'm so amazing that you want me to take your $1,000, cool, I'll take it. At a certain point, you just kind of leave it up to like, well, that's your choice. I'm not forcing you to give me $1,000, but if you're going to sit here and offer me $1,000 for nothing, and I don't have to do anything in return, I literally can't lose. Right? You're thinking to yourself, I literally can't lose. I didn't have to work for it. I didn't have to do anything different for it. I didn't have to dress for it. I didn't have to talk to you. I don't have to respond to you. You're giving me $1,000 in exchange for nothing. Then the question becomes, why would I say no? And that's what even a lot of you guys were saying in the chat. You guys were giving me reasons why you would say no, because the obvious answer is yes. And you start thinking to yourself, what would be the only reason that I would say no? Okay? And the reason I give that example is because switch that vice versa, right? And the guys are looking at the relationship and saying, this woman is offering me free access to her 24/7 all the time. I don't have to put work for it. And when I say free access, you know what I'm talking about. You know the access I'm talking about. I'm talking about your Squirtle, okay? I get access to her Squirtle. I don't have to commit to her. I don't have to buy her presents. I don't have to take her out on nice dates. I don't have to really be nice to her, right? I don't have to be consistent with her. None of that. And literally, you're like the man on the knees asking, take my $1,000. Your Squirtle's worth more than $1,000, right? But take my $1,000 just for your mere existence. You don't have to do anything for me in return. And so the guy's sitting there and he's like, are you offering me free Squirtle without having to do anything in return? And you're like, yes, that's exactly what I'm offering you. This is all happening subconsciously. And then he's like, okay, I'll take it. Why would I not take it? It's free Squirtle. The same way you're thinking, why would I not take it? It's a free $1,000, right? It's the exact same way they're seeing it. Why would I not take the opportunity to get free Squirtle with no commitment, no work, no effort? I get everything I want and nothing I don't. I give nothing in return. Easy bet, right? Easy wager. I don't know, right? That's how the guys are seeing it. Like I said, I know the example was extreme, but I just want to crystallize it for you that it's not just guys, right? It's human beings. Human beings will take advantage of you if you allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Human beings. Your girls' friends will do it to you too, right? They always talk about the team leader, right? The one who's seeking validation in the friend group is always going to do whatever it takes to get the team leader's validation. Okay? And sometimes the team leader is going to take advantage of that, of the fact that they know people will do whatever for their validation, right? That goes with guys and guys, girls and girls. It goes with human beings and human beings. Right? And the reason I say that to you guys is because I want you to understand, I want to make you aware of, if you are the man on his hands and knees asking for someone to take your $1,000, don't be shocked when people come along and take your $1,000. Okay? At some point, you have to take accountability for going around offering people $1,000, hoping that they'll like you after you give them $1,000. Because that's not how it works. Okay? Right? When you offer people $1,000 for free, hoping that they'll take it and they'll like you and want to be your best friend and want to spend the rest of their life with you, that's not how that works. Okay? All you're going to be left with is minus $1,000, minus some of your Squirtle, right? Some of your body, mind, soul, and spirit. And they're still not going to want to be with you. So a bunch of time wasted. Okay? And I don't want that for you. This light, literally, I promise you guys, before this, it was an overcast day. Literally minutes before I logged on, it was an overcast day. And now this light behind me is the brightest that it's ever been. I don't know if you guys like that because it looks, really angelic and stuff. It just, to me, it just looks crazy. Right? Miss America said, welcome back, Miss America. I remember you from Friday. It's Miss America in the YouTube chat said maybe he likes being dominated. It's possible. LaPeach said it's human nature. I agree. Marissa in the YouTube chat says, it sucks when men trick you into that though. Like, it's one thing for us to offer, but then when they lie to us for that, it's scummy. I agree, but that's why we're here. is because I'm pulling back the curtain so that you can get a better idea of how men think, right? Then you can be better equipped when you're going out on these dates, asking the right questions, you know, being patient, holding your water is another term I say, right? Where you hold your water and you allow him to show you who he is. And then you can better make a decision based on factual evidence rather than just emotion. Someone said, close your legs. Should I sit like this? Is that better? Is that more natural for you? You want me to sit like a nerd? Hey guys, let me talk to you guys about relationships. I know everything about girls. I get all the girls. Can't you tell? Right. In the YouTube chat, Lapisha says they can't trick you if you have standards. Exactly. 100%. 100%. 100%. They can't trick you if you have standards. Does that make sense to you guys so far? I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Uganda said, I think she meant the girls close their legs. Sorry, I took it as me. Sorry, because that's just how I naturally sit, guys. I'm not doing no extraness for the cameras. Like, this is really me. If you meet me in real life, it's really me. The funny thing is, see, if you guys were to listen to me, if you guys get an amazing look at like my personality, because if you only watch my TikTok videos, like the 1 minute ones, you won't really get a real sense of my personality. Watching me like this here is a much closer version of my personality, because like this is how I really act and this is how I really talk. Except in real life, I don't talk that much. I listen a lot more. I'm just talking because it's just me here. But like this is much closer to who I really am. Lapicha, is it light in the background? It's because you're here, because you're sunshine. Okay. Right. So I hope that makes sense to you guys so far. Right. So number one, right? Someone said, I realize you're actually nice on your lives. Yeah, you thought I was just a mean guy the way I am on the TikToks. So number one is ego. Number two is confidence boost. Number three is easy access. Number four, placeholder. Okay, I told you we're gonna get deep here. It's gonna hurt your feelings a little bit. Okay, this one's probably gonna hurt your feelings the most. A lot of times, I want to say this in a nice way. That's why I'm trying to think before I speak. A lot of times when guys are figuring out the girl that they want to be, because rest assured, guys eventually figure out, okay, I want to be with this girl. Or they have girls that they desire to be with, okay? In the process of that, sometimes guys know they are not where they want to or need to be in order to get access to the upper echelon of women. This is, like I said, I don't want to be mean here. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Remove your emotion from it. Guys, right, know that in order to get access to the upper echelon of women, what they would consider the upper echelon of women, okay? They need to be rich, be handsome, do all this good stuff, right? They need to have power, respect, right? They got to do a lot of work to be able to get access to the upper echelon of women. That takes time. So, obviously, in the time in between him getting there and him not being there and him working towards that, right? He can't just not do anything. Okay? So you come along and you give him access to you for free, like we talked about before. Very easy access. You don't do any pushing back. You don't do any talking back. You don't have any standards, right? You allow him to come in and out. He can do whatever he wants, treat you however he wants. And he realizes that he can keep you around while he works towards becoming the man that he wants to be, until he finally gets to that upper echelon, that access to the upper echelon of women, and then he discards of you. because you stop serving any purpose. Because now that he has access to the upper echelon of women, right? The fact that you will give him access to you is useless to him because he can have access to the upper echelon. So why would he still want you? He never wanted you. He just wanted you because you were easy to access at the time, and he didn't want to put in a lot of effort. I told you guys, it's going to sting. It's not going to feel good. Right? And so for some men, they never get there. Okay. That's just God honest truth. Actually, 95% of men never get there. And when I say never get there, like they don't have, like, they don't have the looks, they don't have the money, they don't have the power, they don't have the status, they don't even have the drive or motivation to even get there. Okay. It doesn't mean they don't stop wanting those women. They just don't ever get there to get access to those women. But what happens is, right, they still see you as less than those women. So he's with you here, but he's looking at what he could have access to up here, right? So he's currently dealing with you because you're giving him a lot of free access, right? He's like, whatever. But he's actually not looking in your direction, even though he's on the same level as you. He's looking up in this direction at the Instagram models, at the celebrities, at Kim Kardashian, at, this Instagram model. I don't know. Who's your man's favorite Instagram model? Who's your man's favorite celebrity? Who's your man's celebrity crush? Okay. Whoever it is, he's looking up here that if only I was powerful and successful and attractive enough to get access to those women, I would gladly be with those women. Okay. And someone says it's all about looks. It's not all about looks. But what I will say is guys tend to worship particular women in particular places in life. And actually, the crazy part is sometimes even the women, it's not even really about their looks. It's about the fact that they only date other rich, successful, powerful men. So they see it as a representation of themselves to be able to date that caliber of woman who would only date the most richest, most powerful men, if that makes any sense. It still ends up being an ego thing. Okay, so it's not really all about looks, right? LaPeaches in the YouTube chat says you'll do for now. Exactly, right? And they see it as, well, you're here with me now, but if only I had more money, more power, more success, I would go and shoot for those women. Now, I'm not saying that all men think like that 24/7, right? And I'm not saying that all men that you'll ever come across will feel like that and think like that, because I'm not of the belief that there is any celebrity, there is any person, any model, any human being that is worth more or more valuable than me. And I don't think that you should believe that either, right? That's why I'm super against celebrity crushes. How many of you, tell me in the chat right now, be honest with me, how many of you have a celebrity crush? Tell me if you have a celebrity crush. You could be, don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the truth. If you have a celebrity crush. Okay. Someone said me. I see. Kalir said no. M said no. Lenalik said nope. Melly said sure. Someone said no. If you do have a celebrity crush, tell me in the chat what your celebrity crush is. Tell me in the chat what yours. If you do have one, tell me. Don't just tell me what I want to hear. Tell me if you have a celebrity crush. Be awesome. Someone said Denzel, Tom Hardy. Okay, Michael B. Jordan. I'm waiting for someone to say Timothy Chalamet. I'm sure you guys gotta like Timothy Chalamet. Come on now. I'm shocked actually that more people haven't said Timothy Chalamet. You guys sing all black guys. Chris Brown, Keith Powers. Actually know who Keith Powers is. Justin Bieber. Okay, athletes, just athletes in general. Okay, Chris Evans. Okay, Brad Pitt. Logan Lerman. I don't know who that one is. Tyler the Creator. Henry Cavill. Oh, well, actually, it makes sense. I'm a black guy. You're listening to me, so maybe it makes sense why you guys like black guys. Bad Bunny. Enlightened. He said never that. Now, I don't want to say soccer stars. All soccer stars. Morris Chestnut. Henry Cavill. Okay. Jason Statham. Really? I haven't seen one person say Timothy Chalamet. Maybe I'm underestimating his like aura or overestimating his aura. That's shocking to me. I thought more people would say that. Anyways, I don't want to demonize celebrity crushes, but I'll give this advice to you. Actually, you know what? We'll do an experiment. Okay. I want to ask you guys a question. Okay. I want to ask you a question and we'll go from there. Hypothetically. So you guys just stated your celebrity crush. Okay. Hypothetically, if let's say you went to the donut shop. You wanted some nice Krispy Kreme donuts. You're really feeling some donuts today. If you live in Canada, maybe you went to Tim Hortons. If you live somewhere else, I'm sure they have Krispy Kreme in UK. I think so, maybe. Whatever. You went to the store to grab some donuts or cookies, whatever it may be. You pull up to the donut shop and your celebrity crush is literally standing in line at the donut shop. Okay? And your celebrity crush turns back around and says, "Oh my God, I've never seen a girl as beautiful as you," right? And your celebrity crush says to you, "You know, I just think I want to know more about you. Like, where are you from? Da, 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 da." And he asks you a couple questions and you guys start having a conversation and you guys have like a 20-minute conversation. Okay. Just a friendly conversation, right? Now, let's imagine in this scenario, you're currently in a relationship, like a serious long-term relationship. Let's say you're in a relationship for 2 years. Okay. So you're a well-established long-term relationship. You got a boyfriend. Your boyfriend's just at home, right? You went to go get donuts. Okay. And it's now your celebrity crush that's inside the donut shop having a 20-minute conversation with you. After the 20-minute conversation, your celebrity crush to you says, "Yo, honestly, you would be such a great friend to me. Can we go out to eat? I'm only here for the next couple of days. Can we go out to eat sometime and just, talk more? We had such a great conversation, but I got to run right now. And I would love to catch up with you. We could just go out to a spot to eat together in a couple of days," right? Are you going to go to eat with him in a couple of days or not in this scenario? I want you to be honest with me, right? This is for your honesty. This is not for, I just want to see. Okay. I would go, okay. Some people says yes. She Bad says yes. Shy says yes. Stace says yes. I would say no. Fatima says no, I have a BF. Of course, someone says, Queen says no. I want to remind you guys, you have a 2-year relationship going on at this time. Like currently, your boyfriend is at home. Okay. I'm definitely gone. Okay. I would not. No, my man has to respect. It's my celebrity crush. Okay. I like that. I'm single. Someone says, nah, I'm going. I would not go. Okay. Brianna says no. I would tell my boyfriend. I appreciate you guys being honest. Actually, that's what I really appreciate. No, I'll stay and cook myself some food. Okay. Pass. No, I wouldn't. Okay. I will go. So are you actually going to tell your celebrity crush to their face that you're not going? You're actually going to say that to their face, right? Why is he not proposing after 2 years? Someone says it depends what the intention is. Well, I just told you the intention. He says, "I think you would be such a great friend to me. Can we go out to eat somewhere? I'm only here for the next couple of days." Okay. If he is generous, "I'm happily married, so no. No, I'll say yes. I'll lie and say yes, but I wouldn't go. I would go as friends. Yes, yes. Okay. I don't do guy friends. It should be fine if it's a friendship." This is amazing. Okay. This is amazing for multiple reasons, right? Because I know it's very easy to demonize other people for how they would treat you and what they would do to you and how badly of a person they are. It's a lot harder to see that in ourselves, even if the action is the same. Okay. And we're not here to attack you. I just want to crystallize ideas and concepts to you that later on you'll digest them and maybe it will change the way you think or approach things. Maybe it won't. Okay. So The reason I asked that question is because a lot of people in the chat responded with, yes, I would go, right? Or as long as, it's a friendly thing, I'll go. Now, okay, notice when I gave you that scenario, at the very beginning, he started off with the conversation with, you're so beautiful, okay? And let's be honest, okay, right? Your favorite celebrity is probably not wanting to go out to eat with you for the sake of your friendship. Not that you're not an amazing person, but he probably could have hundreds of millions of friends. I'm sure there's lots of people who would want to be their friend. So I say that to say, if you have a 2-year boyfriend at home, right? I think we can all agree, if it wasn't your celebrity crush and a random guy on the street asked you to go out on a dinner, or a guy that you met in the club asked you to go out on a dinner or out to eat in a couple of days as friends, I feel like you would take it differently. Okay? And I think we can all acknowledge it would be taken differently if a random person at the club asked you to go out to eat in a couple of days as friends. But then the question becomes, if you would say no to a guy who was in the club asking you to go out to eat as friends, why would you say yes to your celebrity crush asking you to eat as friends? Because if you can acknowledge that even though the guy said, I want to go out with you as friends, it's still inappropriate if you're in a relationship, especially a 2-year relationship, then why does it stop being inappropriate when it's your celebrity crush asking that same question? Okay? Now, I told you this is not to attack you, right? I just want to crystallize in an idea, right? When we talk about placeholders and looking up for something more, or having people in our lives, as it relates to this, in a relationship with someone that we are just waiting until we can get more access to someone even better, I want you to understand it's not just men, okay? Because for a lot of you that answered the question, yeah, I'd go out to eat with my celebrity crush, you have just violated your relationship with the excuse that because it's your celebrity crush, it makes it different. In reality, it is not any different than you meeting a guy at the club and him asking you to go out to eat. So if you think a guy asking you to go out to eat at the club is inappropriate and going out to eat with him is inappropriate, then you should also think your celebrity crush asking you to go out to eat is inappropriate. Michelle says the celebrity is in a donut shop, not a bar. Do you see how the justifications begin when you want to do it? Do you see how you begin to justify the situation when you want to do it and it's not someone else doing it to you? Vice versa, would you be okay with your man of 2 years, you're sitting at home, and your man comes back and tells you that his celebrity crush asked him to go out to eat? Would that make you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? Tell me in the chat right now. Comfortable or uncomfortable if you're sitting at home and your boyfriend tells you that he's going out to eat with his favorite celebrity crush that asked him to go out to eat today? Are you comfortable with that or uncomfortable? Someone said, I'd lose my mind. Wouldn't like it. Right? Someone said super excited and happy for him. Queen Shade says, it's over. Okay. Uncomfortable for sure. Okay. Someone says uncomfortable. I would get fine and excited. I have to be there. No, you can't be there. He gets to go by himself. Absolutely not. would ask him if I come. In this scenario, you can't come. You can't come on the date. You can't be on the phone. He's not going to FaceTime you. He's not going to tell you when it's done. He's just going to go. Someone says I cry, super uncomfortable. It would make me sick. I love that, Rihanna. Uncomfortable. I'm gonna be somewhere he just wouldn't know. Okay, right? Someone said, ladies, you're married until you're single. It would bother me. Never. If the celebrity invites me and my man and their partner to an event, yeah, but date, nah. Okay, uncomfortable. Excuse me, I just the mic. Excuse me. Now, the reason I asked that, obviously, we have a majority of people saying that they would be uncomfortable. But if you're acknowledging as someone's partner, it would make you uncomfortable if they went out to eat with their celebrity crush, even if it was a friend thing and it was at a donut shop. Then why would you make excuses for yourself and your celebrity crush because it's your celebrity crush and he asked you at a donut shop? This is what I mean by placeholder, though. Right? Because a lot of guys are getting into relationships with women, or they have the easy access to women who they don't really like or truly want to be with, right? If the opportunity presented itself where they could do better or get better, they would go for better. Right? Which is why, and the reason I gave you all of that and we went through all of that is because I want you to understand this is the reason why I always tell you guys, when you go out and you're on these dates and you're meeting these guys and you're dating these guys, you really want to be asking questions and get a real understanding of how interested he is in you and what he actually likes about you or eventually loves about you if you're in a long-term relationship. Because you want to be sure he's with you because he wants to be with you and he's not with you because you're a placeholder until something better comes along. Because rest assured, there are people in relationships that would say no to their celebrity crush and don't even have a celebrity crush. I don't want to demonize the idea of a celebrity crush, right? But the reason I don't like it personally, this is my own personal opinion, the reason I don't like it is because it speaks to the idea that there are other human beings who are somehow better than me or my partner, right? Because usually when people say celebrity crush, it comes with the idea or the understanding that, hey, I would act right in my relationship and respect my partner unless it was this person, because my celebrity crush holds more weight in my mind and in my heart, where the rules no longer apply to my celebrity crush. And I think we've seen that as an example that we just did a little bit of an experiment with, right? Where a lot of people find themselves justifying their celebrity crush because it's the celebrity crush, as if the celebrity crush is some human being that is above the level that your partner or your man could be or should be. Okay? Right? Someone says, no, celebrity crush is so far away and untouchable, I would never perceive this as a real threat to my partner. That is the problem. Okay? Lapichu said, stop bleaching is the light. That is the problem, right? Is seeing it as, oh, this is so unlikely, this would never happen. But if it did happen, I would say yes. It speaks to the idea, and I'm not here to attack you. I just want to crystallize an idea. It speaks to the idea that in a lot of people, in a lot of people's minds, right? Because it's not just you that feels that way. There's a lot of guys that feel that way. There's a lot of other people that feel that way. There is an exception to treating your partner and your relationship with respect. Okay? To me, that's where the whole idea of the celebrity crush comes from. I will treat my partner with respect and dignity and the relationship with respect unless there is a particular person or situation that comes along that I must take that opportunity. Okay? So, as it relates to why men keep you around, it's the same concept. right? They're cool with being with you, hanging out with you, not putting too much effort into you. Even some of them, you know, dating you for a little bit, you know, just showing you just a little bit of attention. Until someone who is a better opportunity comes along. That's why I gave you that example. So you can really understand the thought process and understand why it's happening and how it's happening. That's why I always tell you, if you want to avoid getting played, I always tell you, ask lots of questions, and you really need to be, you need to be sure that he's sure why he's with you. Not that you have to sit around, do you still like me? Do you love me? Are you into me? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being strategic with the type of questions you ask as the relationship is progressing to see if he's really with you because he wants to be with you, or if he's with you just because you got a big booty, or if he's with you just because, you know, you are the only person that would give give him access to any Squirtle, as sad as that sounds. Sometimes that's why guys are with you, just to be honest with you. Sometimes they're so, this light is so bright, this is insane. Sometimes they have such little access to any other women that being with you is literally their only option. That's part of why they keep you around, truthfully. Okay, right? I know it sucks to hear. But it's the truth, and I'd be lying to you if I didn't give you that truth. And that's the reason why I did that experiment earlier with everyone, and I asked everyone that big scenario, is because I don't want it to just be demonizing men, because we all do it to an extent. A lot of us do it. Okay? It's not just, you know, some of us that, or just the men that have placeholders, or just the men that only are looking to take an opportunity when the opportunity presents itself. It's all of us. Okay? Right? Which is why you should make sure you're trying to find yourself in a relationship, not with someone who's just using you as a placeholder for a better opportunity, but someone who truly wants to be with you. And why you should also make sure that you are the better opportunity, right? You should also focus on how to build yourself up to be the better opportunity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you are not any less than the other woman. The same way these women are attractive, have aura, all the guys want them, you can be that too. It's don't get bogged down by the idea, oh, if I don't have the biggest butt, then I don't have enough aura, or I'm not attractive enough to get all the guys wanting me like they want. It's not really about that. Truly, it's not about that, right? It's really not about that. You have to put in work, don't get me wrong. You can't be a lazy slob on the couch doing nothing and expect guys to desire you, but you can put in work to be very desirable. You can be someone's better opportunity, right? It is 100% possible. You do have to work for it, but it is 100% possible. Okay. Do men ever stop and settle? I would say yes, the same way. Think about it. I would say not all men stop and settle, but you also have to understand, would you stop and settle if you felt like you maxed out on the amount of people who want you and you only have a certain pool of guys to choose from? Right? Think about this as a girl yourself. And this is why I say it's not to demonize any one particular group of people, but think about this as yourself. If you had all types of athletes and celebrities and actors and famous people and rich billionaires in your DMs begging to take you out on a date, do you really think you're going to answer Jimmy from your high school who just wants to pump it and dump it, right? Or John from your university who barely is able to keep his 9 to 5? You're probably not even going to open his message because your options are so much better. It takes a very mature person to sit there and say, this is what I want from a partner. Everything else, I'm not concerned with. That takes a very mature person. Okay. Most of us are just looking for whatever we can get the best opportunity of. And you get it. You get it. Okay. Do you have a video on the right questions to ask on a date to filter them out? So I have a lot of those types of questions on my TikTok. I also I do have a video on the types of questions to ask, but it's embedded in another video. I think it's something about like how to go out on a good date, have a good date or something like that on the live streams on my YouTube. I can make a whole video, like a whole live stream show dedicated to just how to ask the right questions on dates and to get an understanding of what a guy wants from you and if he likes you. There is one question or a couple questions that I say over and over again. I think I even said it in either last live stream or the live stream before that about how to gauge a guy's interest. So you can go back and watch that if you want to see my question on gauging a guy's interest in you. Okay. Visible says, the right man will not settle, but choose and fight to be with who they really love. And being a baddie is a lot of work. It's not all about looks. So when I say invest in yourself and whatever to be the most desirable as possible, I'm not actually talking about, oh, become a baddie. Okay. There's a lot more of investing in yourself. That's not just, oh, have the biggest dump truck. Okay. It takes work though. Okay. And you're right. In the first half of what you said, the right man will not settle, and because they'll know what they want. And the crazy part about it is the guys that know what they want and are smart enough to know what they should be looking for in a woman, they're not looking for the girl with the biggest dump truck or the biggest, voluptuous boobies, because that doesn't really matter, especially when it comes to having a wife and building a life with her. Having the biggest dump truck doesn't matter. So you can be the better option. Trust me. That's why we as women need to get out more. Instead of staying at home. Ain't gonna work. I 100% agree. I always tell you guys, get out of your house, go try things, go fail at some things, go find some things you don't like so you know what you're not going to do again. A lot of you guys are hoping that I'll sit here and give you the answer. Oh, you want to know what you're passionate about? If you click your heels 3 times and take my magic potion, you'll find out what you're passionate about. Do you want to know what you enjoy as a hobby? Hey, if you listen to me 3 times and then you spin around and you say my name in the mirror 45 times, you'll figure out what your hobby is. You just got just go out and try things. Like, let's be so for real. Like, you actually got to get off of your couch and go out and do things and try things. That's the only way to figure out what you like, what you enjoy, what you're passionate about, what you're on this earth for, what your purpose is. You all have a purpose. It's not just to get on your knees and suck pencil. Okay. You have a real purpose. Truthfully, I hate to sound like a dad, but that stuff makes me so mad. So like, we all have a purpose. It's not just to serve a husband or a wife. Okay, there's more. You have more purpose than that. Yeah, that list is so key to not forget what you want. Women be so heavy for that D and be forgetting everything. Yeah, getting digmatized is you will literally, it's like a cancer. You will literally lose your mind. Trust me, I understand, right? I understand how you know if you get digmatized, it sucks, but like, you gotta pull yourself out and be like, hey, what's really going on here? Like, I get that I feel good and it feels great, but what's really going on here? Amber says, look the best you can look. I'm 33 and I know my age is creeping up on me, so I do things to keep me looking young, like facials and working out. I 100% agree. Like I said, it's not about being the baddest, baddie out there, right? Because at the end of the day, the guys who are really smart and intelligent realize that it's more actually about what's going on the inside of you than it is on the outside. But pouring into yourself in a physical sense will also make you have confidence and validation internally that you carry that around with you, which makes you even more attractive. It's like a vicious cycle. In my eyes, baddie is their ideal mate, not really body and stuff. I 100% agree. Like, baddie is not really, you can be a baddie and it's not really about your body. I don't think of it as that, but I know when I say baddie, a lot of people think, dump truck. Travel my friends, but yeah, most females were told by their daddies to just suck pencil and they need to be their own daddies. Yeah. It's just not, yeah. It just, like, and that's not even I'm not pandering or anything. Like I truly believe that everyone on this earth has a purpose. And I think that sometimes girls get lost in they watch so much movies and TV shows and read so much Wattpad that they get lost in the idea thinking that their sole purpose is to just be with the guy. And if they're not with the guy, then they have no intrinsic value whatsoever. And I feel like that's just such an unhealthy way to live. Whether you're a guy or a girl, I don't think that your only intrinsic value should be, oh, Am I with someone? Does someone else want me or want to be with me? If that's not the case, then I have no value whatsoever. I serve no purpose. Like you'll be on a roller coaster of emotion if you are constantly thinking like that. And you'll be so scared for someone to like not like you. And you'll become a chronic people pleaser. And that's like the number one way. Maybe I'll talk about that in another episode. If you're a chronic people pleaser, you will literally get taken advantage of left, right, and center. Right? Because you're so desperate for everyone's approval that everyone takes advantage of you. Right? And that's painful. That is very painful. Okay. You don't want to be a chronic people pleaser, because at the end of the day, people are going to like you if they like you. They're going to not like you if they don't like you. And you really can't do enough that everyone will like you. It's just not how the world works. Okay. It's not how people work. Okay. So that was number 4. I know I went on a bit of a tangent. That was number 4. So number 1, we had ego. Number 2 was confidence boost. Number 3 was easy access. Number 4 was placeholder. Okay. So number 5, we have lazy. Meaning that why men keep you around, they are lazy. What do I mean by lazy? I'm not just talking about, oh, they're lazy. They don't want to put in work into the relationship. They're lazy. They don't want to, have to be consistent. They're lazy. They don't want to have to take you out on dates. I mean lazy as in they're too lazy to tell you what it is, because that would require a painful conversation. That would require them to actually be honest with you about how they feel about you. That would require them to do something that makes them uncomfortable. And they'd rather smooth things over, not have you upset, not have you wondering why things are the way they are. They'd rather just sit back and let things happen as they happen. If you get used, you get used. And at least if you get used and he's not talking to you anymore, he's not talking to you anymore. Rather than have to face the facts of having to be like, yeah, it's not working out for me, or yeah, I don't really see this going anywhere. Because like I mentioned before, all the things that you're offering him for free, he's thinking to himself, this is great. It would actually take more work for me to stop this from happening than it would for me to do nothing and allow this to continue happening. Okay? It gets to that point when you're offering so much all the time and asking for nothing in return. It really becomes a situation where he's like, well, this is actually harder to stop now than it is to continue, because I don't have to do anything. This vibe, right? This dynamic has been established. Why am I going to switch things up? Why am I going to change any of this? And actually, if I do want to change any of this, it's going to take a lot more effort, and it's going to be a lot more painful and uncomfortable, because I'm going to have to explain to her why I don't really like her that much. I'm going to have to explain to her why I'm not that into her. I'm going to have to explain to her why this relationship isn't working out for me. And that's painful. So I'd rather just sit here and not do that. I'd rather just sit here and take what she has to give me, because she's given it. She's definitely given it. Okay. And so I hope you guys aren't confused about that. Let me know if you guys are clear on that. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that, or if that was pretty straightforward to you guys and you guys understand why men are keeping you around. Visible says, can I have some answers, please? Can men have some standards, please? I mean, they can, but then also think about it. Why not keep you around? If he's getting all that from you. A lot of relationships last because men don't want to be the one to say no more. That's why a lot of men just cheat until you find out and leave him, right? That's why it's too late to reestablish those kinds of relationships. It's painful, and it's like you become a doormat. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. A lot of guys are too scared and too lazy to say anything or to tell you the truth about how they feel about you or the relationship. So they just allow things to just flow by. That's why I say, right, we're going to armor you up with artillery that when you go out into these relationships and these dates, everything that we talk about, right, in this room, in this lounge, in this whatever you want to call it, everything that we talk about is always focused on how to figure out and decipher what the guys really mean and what they really want from you, so that you're not in a situation where a guy is just too lazy or too scared to say anything. And then now you're wondering, oh my gosh, why didn't he tell me how it really is? Why didn't he tell me how he really feels? Right? Someone says, what if he cheats and begs you after you find out? That becomes your choice on whether or not you think that you should take him back. I can't tell you if it's worth you taking him back. That's a choice that you have to make for yourself. If you think that he regrets it and it wouldn't happen again, and you're okay with that and you forgive him, then you can go on into the relationship. If you feel like that was too much, then that's your choice also, but then don't complain if he cheats on you again. Okay? I know you guys love to ask me questions about what should I do in this situation? What should I do in that situation? What should I do in this situation? At the end of the day, really, really, really and truly, first of all, I'm not your daddy. Second of all, right, I wouldn't even be helping you if I just told you what decision to make. Because then the next time you have a decision to make, you'll just come to me, what decision should I make? What time should I brush my teeth in the morning? How should I get dressed? What should I wear? What color should I wear? What style should I do my hair? How many calories should I eat in the morning? Right? And I become like a crutch where you don't actually do any thinking for yourself. And you just come and run to Tomisin to ask you everything on how to do everything. Okay? I don't want that for you because that's unsustainable. You won't learn anything that way. Okay? I want you to have the ability to think for yourself, that you can go out, get smarter, learn some things, and be like, you know what? I am so glad that I tuned in to what he had to say because it got my wheels spinning and now I'm so much better off. That's what I want from you. That's what I want for you. Okay? Visible in the YouTube chat says, and it's your vibe to you attract the ish. You attract that ish. It's a vibe. Yeah, I agree. Actually, I talked about in a couple live streams ago. If you go down, there's I talk so much about spirituality. I talk about the law of attraction. I talk about the law of assumption. I talk about manifestation. We kind of talk about that all the time. Talk about manifestation, all that good stuff. And we talk about that as it relates to the type of people you're attracting into your life. Because remember, right, we don't sit here and blame everyone else for our problems. We also look in the mirror and take accountability for what goes on in our life and why it happens to us continuously. Because newsflash, if you're constantly attracting broke boys who cheat on you, there is some sort of energy that you're putting out that is attracting broke boys that will cheat on you. So you got to start looking inward at why are you attracting broke boys that will cheat on you. Okay? Because the same way you only attract broke boys that will cheat on you, there are girls out there that only attract rich men who worship them. So definitely there's something, there's a couple pieces missing that they're doing that you're not doing, or that you are doing and they're not doing. Okay? Someone said, how do we attract that? I talked about mindset and stuff in a couple lives ago. Maybe another live I'll do like a specific talk just about that. But really, the first step, I know it's going to sound super uneventful and uninteresting. The first step to attracting that, you actually have to believe that you're worth that. Because a lot of us don't even believe that we are worth being obsessed over. And I talked about this like a couple live streams ago, and someone was like, oh, how can you tell people that? Because I told you guys that if you really want to start believing it, my advice to you, truly, my advice to you would be to sit down in your bed before you wake up, or after you wake up and before you go to sleep, right? And just repeat over and over again, everyone's obsessed with me. Everyone's obsessed with me. Everyone's obsessed with me. Just keep repeating it over and over and over again. After a while, you're going to start brainwashing yourself. Okay? And I told you, I know it's uneventful to just say, believe that you're worthy of people obsessing over you and loving you and wanting to be with you and desiring you. But that truly is the first step, because a lot of you guys don't believe that, and you're hoping that someone will give you a magic pill to just make that happen. But you don't even believe that you walk into a room and all you're thinking is, damn, there's like 8 girls way more prettier than me. They deserve all the guys and they deserve all the attention. I deserve the scraps. And you're literally thinking like that on a subconscious level, and even sometimes a conscious level. And then you're wondering why your reality presents itself that way. I know some of you guys are a little bit older, and then some of you guys are thinking that your age is a limiting factor as to why you can't find a good man. Oh, I'm 30 something. That's why I can't find a good man. Well, so shall it be. That's what your reality will become. Oh, I have 2 kids. That's why I can't find a good man. Well, so shall it be. That's what your reality will become. And the crazy part is your mind will show you whatever it is that you're focused on. There was even a girl a couple days ago, maybe it was last week, that was like, hey, I'm 28. Is there still enough time for me to find a good man to date around my age? I'm like, you're 28. Like that's so young. Of course there is. But it's crazy how your mind can literally convince you, oh, there's nothing out here for me. Oh, I'm not going to find anything, right? Right? And of course, everyone would be like, yeah, 28 is young. But the same way she's thinking, oh, 28 is too late for me, is the same way the 35-year-old is thinking 35 is too late for me. Same way someone else thinking 40-something years old is too late for me. Same way someone else is thinking, oh, my kid, it makes it too late for me, right? It never makes it too late for you. It never makes it too late. Your mind will make it too late for you. So your mind will present you whatever you want your reality to be. Everything you see around you, every man-made invention, I hate to get super spiritual on you, but every man-made invention around you, before it was a reality that you could touch, you could feel, right? This mic, all that good stuff, right? Before you could touch it and feel it, it first was an idea in someone's mind. Okay? And before it was when it was an idea in someone's mind, it would never seem believable or possible. Okay? So I just say that to say, right? Anything you want can exist in your reality, but it has to start up here. So you got to work on up here before you start working on everything else. Everyone else, the people who are disingenuous, truly, the people who are disingenuous in your life and that are speaking to you and talking to you and giving you advice will present you with the idea that, hey, don't start up here. Take my magic pill for $3.99. My magic pill is what's going to save your life. My magic pill is what's going to change your life. My magic pill is what's going to turn all of your problems and insecurities and issues into possibilities and endless dreams. Okay? I'm probably the only one that's going to tell you, truly, it doesn't start with me. It doesn't start with your mom. It doesn't start with your brother, your sister. It doesn't start with your best friend. It starts with you, and it starts up here. Right? All I serve, all I am is a vessel to pull that awesomeness and amazingness out of you, but it's already in you. I'm not giving you anything. Okay? The same thing when you guys ask me a whole bunch of questions. What should I do in this situation? What should I do in that situation? How should I react? How should I respond? And then I just ask you a couple of questions, and then you come up with the idea of how you should respond. Because most of you know the answers to all of your questions, whether it be a relationship with a guy, with a friend, whatever it may be. You guys know the answer to your own questions, but you tend to ask me or ask other people as a way to just feel like, oh, someone else gave me the answer, so now it must be the truth. But in reality, you had the answer within you the entire time. When you go to if you've ever been to therapy, newsflash, if you do go to therapy, the therapist is not going to give you the answers to your life. Okay? The therapist is only sitting there to extract the answers out of you because you already have them inside you. That's the therapist's only function. The therapist doesn't have no magic answers, doesn't have no magic software that they're going to click a couple of buttons and give you all the answers and you're going to walk out there with some secrets to life. That's not how it works. Even the therapist that gets their PhD, 10 years, 15 years, whatever, you're going to sit down with them, pay them $200 an hour, and you're going to walk out of there with the answers that were already inside you. Now, I'm not saying that therapy is unnecessary. I'm just saying they're not giving you anything. You have all the ability necessary for greatness and amazingness and awesome and love and beauty in your life inside of you. It's not, you're not going to get it from anyone else. Okay? I know that sounds super spiritual and super hippie, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And I'm sure in the process of listening to me over and over and over again, some of you guys will start hearing me in your sleep and on your dates and everywhere you go. And eventually you'd be like, damn, there's probably some truth to the stuff he was saying. Right? Amber says, a good therapist helps you think for yourself. Very true. I agree. I'm not a therapist. Don't get me, I'm not a licensed therapist, guys. Don't get me wrong. But I 100% agree. A good therapist helps you think for yourself, because a therapist not going to give you the answers to your life. There ain't no cheat sheet to life. Okay? You have the answers to your life. That's why I tell you guys, when people come to me and they ask me, oh, well, so are you like, you're a relationship guru, or do you got your bachelor's degree in psychology, or you're licensed there? No, I'm none of that. None of that. Kudos to those people who are licensed and, help people. I really, big ups to them. But at the end of the day, there's no theses I could write. There's no books I could read, right? That I'm going to rip a page out, or I'm going to write you down a prescription and give it to you, and those are going to be the answers to your life. Even the greatest of great therapists are only going to pull out of you what already existed, okay? And that doesn't require any, that doesn't really require too much studying on my part. It just requires me to ask you simple questions, and then eventually you come to your own conclusion and find your own answers. It's an amazing part about life. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. We all on the same page. Now, if you guys have a personal question for me, you guys can always ask it to my Instagram page, and we can discuss there. Well, I have a lot to answer, so just keep that in mind. On my Instagram page. Oh, I forgot to mention something really important. So I have a new Discord server that I just created. I don't know how to share it with you guys right now. Let me see if I can even get this in the chat here. Let's see. Discord. I called my Discord server the Players Club. Okay. Just as a simple way of us understanding what we're all trying to get at. So I'm going to, I have this Discord, not Daddy's Angels, okay? I have this Discord. Oh my gosh, of course now Discords do. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Discord. I'm going to paste my Discord. If you go on Discord and just type in the Players Club, you'll see my face or my thing. Let me see if I can pin the Discord thing into the chat. It's very minimal right now. I'm just trying to literally make it easy to, I'm just trying to set it up still. But if you guys want to join it in the early stages, you can join it. I'm going to post it in the chat. I'm going to post it in the TikTok chat as well for those of you guys who want to join my Discord, and we can convene on Discord. Oh my goodness. We can convene on Discord. Can you pin that link? It's a Discord link. I don't know. Just screenshot it too and join the Discord if you want to. It's called Players Club. Anyways, that's the Discord link, and you can join that if you want. And it'll be a good. Discord is hard to use, but truthfully, I've never used Discord either. I just know that that's a really good place to build like a community, and I know after we get on live, because I see in the live stream too, I see that you guys like to talk to each other and answer each other's questions. And I feel like it would just be a good place also for you guys to continue being able to ask each other questions, talk about your own situations with each other as well. And not just, only hear my voice. Like I said, we all learn from each other. So I'm going to try starting to build up the Discord community, and I'm definitely going to try to make it, awesome to use. Okay, so if you want to join that now, obviously it's in the early stages, so I'm still figuring a bunch of stuff out. I'm going to change a bunch of stuff, but if you want to be one of the first people in the Discord, you can definitely do that. Also, if you missed this live stream or any other future live streams, you can always go on my YouTube and get access to that live stream. I'm live streaming on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously. It will always be available right after it streams. And you also should subscribe to my YouTube for the simple fact that I post a lot of awesome stuff on YouTube as well. Okay? I'm back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. 4 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you know, we get at this thing. Okay? So I love you so much. Please join the Discord if you can. It's titled The Players Club. You'll see my face there if you're on the right Discord, and you should be straight. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow 4 p.m. I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. I love spending so much time with you. I hope you guys took something from this. Rewatch it if you need to rewatch the next one. Someone said wear white the next live. Maybe I'll wear white the next live. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day or night. I love you so much. Okay, bye for now. Adios, adios, adios. I'm gonna miss you.